Now, ladies and gentlemen, I'd like to introduce the second funniest man in Iowa, Mr. Mike McAbee.
Thank you, everybody. Good evening. Thanks for coming. I appreciate it. I love all of you, just right off the bat. They say, I read this book on doing stand-up comedy, and they said, first thing is make the audience your friend. So I love you. And did you do something with your hair? Because you look great. So I'll be doing like 10 songs for you, and I hope you enjoy them. This first song I'm going to do, it's a song I wrote about all the cars I've had. I used to live out on the Madison Road by Ridgeway. This place with one house, 35 cars, and maybe you saw it, I don't know. But it's sort of like when you have a lot of yard, you seem to get more cars. If you don't have any yard, you get one car. Like now we have a real small yard, so I have one car, it goes in the garage. But you got a lot of places to park, you're just going to have a lot of cars. So I sort of had it's like a humane society for cars out there in Ridgeway. I'm sorry, Billy, but if you don't buy the Ford, Rusty's going to have to go to the Crusher on Thursday. So I wanted a way to remember all the cars I'd had. And so I wrote this song where I include all the cars. It's called 20 Cars. Now in the 15th year that I was alive, I was counting down the seconds till the minute I could drive, because there's nothing more embarrassing than having your mom drop you and your date off at the prom. And I decided before it even passed my driver's test that all the cars that I'd drive would be the very best. But I knew not then the life I was facing full of disposable transportation. Not drove a saddle out of Fury and a Nova and Impala, a saddle out of Fury and a Nova and Impala, a saddle out of Fury and a Nova and Impala, a saddle out of Fury and a Nova and Impala. Now when the time came for me to drive off to school, I decided that I didn't want to look like a tool, so most of the cars I had in college were Volkswagens, because I thought they said sensitive but masculine. Except for one Buick that caught my desire, and then 3 or 4 months later it caught on fire. I was going through just about 2 cars a year thanks to bad head gaskets and slow deer. Now I drove a squareback and a rabbit and a skylark and Scirocco, a squareback and a rabbit and a skylark and Scirocco, squareback and a rabbit and a skylark and Scirocco, a squareback and a rabbit and a skylark and Scirocco. Now in my slacker years, most of my cars are big, so my sensitive alternative band could gig. I used to wake up in my van with my head hurting, in bed with American flags for curtains. I bought a 68 hearse with a camper on top, but when I drove it down the street, all the traffic had stopped. I bought 2 more cars that were pretty much junk. I found out never buy anything when you're that drunk. I drove a Bella and a Volvo, hearse, a Monza, and Cordoba. A Bella and a Volvo, hearse, a Monza, and Cordoba. A Bella and a Volvo, hearse, a Monza, and Cordoba. A Bella and a Volvo, hearse, a Monza, and Cordoba. But now lately I've been trying to buy my cars more new. I even took out a bank loan on 1 or 2. I wouldn't mind a new car with all the right equipment, but I'm still not sure I'm ready for that kind of commitment. Cause see, I like little cars for getting around the map, but I like the big ones for hauling all my crap. I can't make up my mind, so I guess I'm stuck with a Subaru and a pickup truck. And I drove a Rabbit Dart and a Saturn pickup into Subarus, a Rabbit Dart and a Saturn pickup into Subarus, a Rabbit Dart and a Saturn pickup into Subarus, a Rabbit Dart and a Saturn pickup into Subarus. Well, I've had 20 cars. Yeah, that's right, 1 for every 1.5 years of my life, and if you put them all together, well, glory be! They'd all be worth less than 1 new SUV. So I suppose that'll be this way till the day that I die, disposable transportation guy. When I pass on, don't buy me a plot, just scatter my ashes on a used car lot. They'll say, hey, what'd that cheap idiot drive? You can tell him. He drove a saddle out of Fury and a Nova and Impala and a Rabbit and a Scorpion and a Skylark and Scirocco and a Bella and a Volvo, hearse, a Monza and Cordoba and a Rabbit Dart and a Saturn pickup and 2 Subarus. He drove a saddle out of Fury and a Nova and Impala and a Rabbit and a Scorpion and a Skylark and Scirocco and a Bella and a Volvo, hearse, a Monza and Cordoba and a Rabbit Dart and a Saturn pickup and 2 Subarus. He drove a saddle out of Fury and a Nova and Impala and a Rabbit and a Scorpion and a Skylark and Scirocco and a Bella and a Volvo, Monza and Cordoba and a Rabbit Dart and a Saturn pickup and 2 Subarus, Rabbit Dart and a Saturn pickup and 2 Subarus, Rabbit Dart and a Saturn pickup and 2 Subarus. station wagons. Thank you very much, everybody. Thank you. I just want you to know for your information, the flyer said 18 and over, but I'm really not that dirty. There's no swear words in the whole show. Well, I think I say whore once, so just so you know ahead of time. In fact, I think it's in the next song. This song's about what happens when you love somebody and they just don't love you back. It's called Walking the Dog Over You. You'd lay there on the sofa watching soaps and eating ho-hos and yelling at me that I made a better door than a window. That living room floor was carpeted with old tabloid magazines, and the whole place smelled like menthol smokes and mustard pack sardines. That night you plugged the toilet, something in me must have snapped. So I whapped you with a frying pan and I buried you out back. Right out there. Now I'm walking the dog over you, 'cause it's his favorite place to poop. Hank Williams walked the floor, but I don't do that no more. I'm walking the dog over you. Now there's rumors flying around this town that I done away with you, but the cops like peace and quiet, so they don't care if they're true. 'Cause you get drunk and lose your consonants and only speak in vowels. You get drunk and lose your continents, I mean you lose your bowels. Now I'm walking the dog over you, 'cause it's his favorite place to poop. Ernest to walk the floor, but I don't do that no more. I'm walking the dog over you. Now the sun's a little brighter and the air's a little cleaner, and the grass you're staring up at has become a little greener. There's a big difference between loneliness and just being alone, and I'm sending back your tabloids marked whereabouts unknown. The doggy is a squatting and the poop it is a piling. When I look closely at his face, damn, I think he's smiling. Now I'm walking the dog over you, 'cause it's his favorite place to poop. I've evened up the score, you two-bit stinking horse. I'm walking the dog over you. Thank you. Thanks very much. I didn't properly thank Andy Webb and the guys for playing. Thank you. I appreciate it, you guys. And Andy's from Cresco, and that's funny for some reason, but I just can't think of why right now. But he's from here. That's because I was afraid I would get to Cresco. He kind of legitimizes me. Yeah, he legitimizes me because you guys are going to say, well, how come you sing so many songs about Wisconsin and Iowa? Well, I think they would get upset with me in Wisconsin because they'd think maybe I was making fun of them, Where it's okay to do that from here, So you can edit that out later, Phil. I'll have a special Iowa version, And then maybe later on I'll tell some Minnesota jokes and we'll cut them out, and I'll have one where it's like Minnesota. Oh yeah, love it. No, I'm just kidding. This next song, Minnesota. Let the OK times roll. No, I like Minnesota a lot. I play there. Actually, I play more in Minnesota than I play anywhere else, and the people there have been really nice to me, and they haven't thrown anything at me yet. So, where I was honest to God, I played this place in Iowa this weekend where this guy come up and he said, they always want me to make fun of people in the bar there, and this guy comes up and he says, can you sing a song about my friend there? He cut off his finger. Yep. So I used to drive semi, for 8 or 9 years. So I, big stomach, no butt. That's what happens after that, Gravity takes its toll. And so I had this truck for like the last 3 years that I drove. I put 350,000 miles on it. There were times when I had to live in the truck. I used to live in the truck in the Shopko parking lot in Stevens Point, Wisconsin. And the police came up and knocked on the door one time because they thought I was dead. They're like, well, somebody called us because the semi's been here running for 3 days. I'm like, well, I had a long weekend. So when I got rid of the truck, it was kind of an emotional thing. I know it's dumb to get attached to inanimate objects, but I really had spent a lot of time in this truck and I'd been through a lot in it. And this song is called Tractor 542664. At 0500 Eastern Standard on a Tuesday in July 1997, we set out on our way. And I remember feeling sorry for the bastard I filled in for, who must have to drive you almost every day. By the time we'd reached Chicago, I sideswiped the Nissan Sentra, and your lug nuts took a chunk out of his door. While they fixed you in the cities, I drank whiskey in hotel rooms, picked you up and was shot back down I-94. Now as I stare at our reflection in the windows of Dubuque, after 350,000 miles, you're a little scratched and dented thanks to me, but thanks to you, I look a little older around the eyes. 542664, just 400 more miles to the last time I close your door. If we should crash before we're there, might have to tell you out loud just how much I really care. Well, I peed on you when I had to, puked my guts out from your window, ground your gears until I made your engine stall. But you made me smell like diesel smoke, shook my bones until they nearly broke, and caught on fire 2 times as I recall. I got you stuck in someone's driveway, left your ruts in someone's barnyard, drove you lots of places that you weren't built to go. But you pounded me relentlessly, and then there's the time you stranded me up the Hudson when it was 20 below. And you weren't fast, and you weren't pretty, and you weren't nice, and you weren't clean. You weren't precious, but at least you still had something to give. You were my car when it was broken, my friend when I was lonely, and my home when I had no place else to live. 542664, just 200 more miles to the last time I slammed your door. If we should crash before we're home, nobody's gonna know it, but I wanna die alone. Well, I'd like to tell you that I'd keep you if I could, but although I owe a debt to you, we both have other jobs to do, and I'd be wasting your potential if I should. Now I know that it's not normal, I've grown so attached to you, but it's an easy thing to do when you're alone. I watched my life fly by your windshield, felt your strength beneath my boots, and I've touched you more than anyone I've known. Now as the bright lights of Columbus rise above your wiper blades, and we finally reach the end of this long ride, you won't hug me, you won't shake my hand, you won't bid me a farewell, but you also won't tell anyone I cried. 542664, you listened to me talk till you weren't just a truck no more. If we should chance to meet again, I'll tell myself you're just a truck, but I'll remember when. I'll tell myself you're just a truck, but I'll remember when. Thank you. I wish Tractor 542664 could be here tonight to hear, but it's pulling a Ferris wheel down south, I'm sure. That's what they do with That's what they do with old trucks, If you, it's like sending your horse to the glue factory. They ship them to the carnival, Then they drive it like 35 miles an hour on the freeway down south, pulling the scrambler or something in the next show. So, ladies and gentlemen, the best things in life are free. So I guess this costs $3. So okay, this is $3 from the best thing and one of the best things in life. I'd say driving here was free too, but that took gas, I suppose. So anyway, the song's about how much I like to pee outside. It's called "I Like to Pee Outside." Oh, you do too. That's great. That's great. Yeah. Real clean bathroom, real fertile lawn. Some people like to play softball. Some people like to fish. Some people like to go to picnics and pass around a dish. Now, I'm not into any of these things, but I thought I'd let you know that I must be getting older because it's no longer as exciting when I come as when I go. Because I like to pee outside. I like to pee outside with no one beside me, helping out this side of the Great Divide. I like to pee outside. Duh. Don't need a lot of practice. You don't need to got game. You don't need to have a PhD, just a little bit of aim. And 20 seconds by yourself. I'll make that 30 if it involves beer. It's good enough for squirrels, black bears, cows, horses, sheep, and deer. And it feels good and it's free. It's a pleasure for all senses. It's practical and it's safe. Just watch out for the electric fences. Don't need to have a TV and I don't need to have a phone. I don't want a toilet. I just want to be alone. Because I like to pee outside. I like to pee outside. I can't stop though I've tried. And I can't remember if I cried when I read about his widowed bride. But I peed outside. So find a place to hide. Make sure the wind is tried. The hose is untied. The irrigation is applied. Hey, great wide open. Open wide. I'll say it with pride. I like to pee outside. Thank you very much. Thank you. Thanks a lot. You know, when you wear polyester, you got to stay hydrated. That's important. I love this suit. Thank you very much. I came from a thrift store in Denver, but don't tell anybody that. I want you people to think that it was specially made just for me and just for tonight. But I feel like George Jones. Only I remembered I was supposed to be here tonight. We have some stuff in common. We're divorced and we like to ride the lawnmower. But he's got a great voice. This is a song about Wisconsin for you. Me and my girlfriend Rachel were driving through Wisconsin one time, close to where I'm from, and we noticed how when you went through these towns that are sort of like where there's only one street, and you drive right through the middle of it, that is sort of like bar house, bar. You know, this is called the Wisconsin. What the hell? The Wisconsin smell. Sorry, I gotta go. I can't talk. It's called the Wisconsin Small Town Polka. If I can't talk before the song, I'm never going to be able to do the song. That's Thank you. That's funny you should ask. Where did you get the Scottish accent there, son? Well, Minnesota has 10,000 lakes and Iowa has corn, and Illinois has high taxes, and it's where Ronald Reagan was born. And Wisconsin is a dairyland if you're in the country, but drive through any small town and this is what you'll see. Bar, bar, bar. House bar, 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 house bar, 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 house bar, 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 garage, bar, bar, Elks, bar, moose, bar, Knights, Columbus Lodge, bar, 1st Street, bar, 2nd Street, bar, 3rd Street, bar, 4th bar, house bar, church bar, school bar, liquor store. Hey! Well, there's a bar on every corner, and I know without a doubt it makes it hard for the Jehovah's to hand their pamphlets out. And the bar is filled with people, and the people are filled with beer, and the beer is filled with alcohol to keep the people here. Bar, bar, bar. Tree bar, grass bar, bush bar, shrub bar, country bar, veterans bar, nightclub. Bar, 4th Street bar, 5th Street bar, 6th Street bar, 7th bar, house bar, church bar, school bar, tavern. It's not a polka unless it's long and annoying. So if you're drinking in Wisconsin, you don't have to look too far, because you can't jump out of an airplane without landing on a bar. And if you're in Wisconsin, there's no need to drink and drive. Just polka out your front door and soon you will arrive at the bar, bar, bar. Pizza bar, burgers bar, ice cream bar, some car bar, Irish bar, brew bar, German drinking pubs. Bar, 7th Street bar, 8th Street bar, 9th Street bar, 10th bar, house bar, church bar, school bar in Wisconsin. Near Bear means it's close by. Thank you. People say don't practice because you're funnier, so there. There's another song about Wisconsin. It's all about Wisconsin from here, so, you can... No, I'm just kidding. There's an acronym that Wisconsin people use for like a stereotypical Illinois tourist. Now, we all know it, we live in kind of a touristy area here, and we're familiar with the stereotype. They drive real fast, they come and they screw up the entire town, and then they go home, So, and we're left with a street that smells like stale beer. They're called fibs, and I won't go into why they're called fibs, but let's just say it's something Illinois bastard. Yeah, there you go. It starts with F. Yeah, I don't... What'd you say? Hey, fire truck Illinois bastards? Nah, yeah. This is okay, now this is the thing. And it's not so much people from Illinois, but tourists everywhere. If you drive, like I drove semi for a long time, and you go to some places where you get stuck in the traffic. Like when I lived in Wisconsin, I always went back to Illinois on Sunday with all those people, and then on Friday I came home, and they all came with me up to Wisconsin, And you see just the dumbest stuff. And these are I got 2 great true stories for you. One, and I've seen this like 3 times. Dead deer on the side of the road with a tag in it. Because somebody just didn't take the time to tie it down well, and boy were they bummed out when they got back down to Glen Ellen or Chicago or wherever, and then all they had was a big bloody streak on the back of their car, So all that hunting for naught. Another thing I saw like twice when I was driving was you're in a truck, you sit way up high, so you can see into everybody when they drive by. You can see down in their cars and stuff. I see people going by with a boat, and in the back of the boat there'd be some kid laying there passed out with beer cans and shit all around him, and like they were like, come on, we got to go home. We can't wake up Bob. Well, just leave him in the boat. Let's go, I got to be to work on Monday. Let's call the fib song. He rose up from the bowels of Schaumburg on a 3-day weekend quest with the savvy skill for driving with which he thinks he's blessed. He struck out across a Northwest Tollway with 40 cents in his hand and another $1.24 to reach the dairy land. He shot forth from the gates at South Beloit, lean, hungry, smug, and glib. His cellular's on Rome and the tourist is a fib. He's got one ear on the radar and one eye on the mirror. He's got 16 gallons of gasoline and 24 cans of beer. He's got business in his pleasure. He takes pleasure in his plans. He's got reverence and proposals for our undeveloped lands. He's got plans for our education. He's got plans for our religion. But he can't see the forest for the trees or the towns for the subdivisions. What's an agrarian state to do? Hey, that bastard's a source of revenue. We need him, we feed him, we're the butter on his bread. But the tourist is a fib. And our land is green and hilly. And his land is brown and flat. And his cash intoxicates us. And you know how we like that. From Casino Land he clambered to Chicago Land he fled. To Illinois to Schaumburg to subdivision to duplex to bedroom to bed. Hey, he said, get the hell out of my way. Thank you. Thank you, everybody. Yeah, it's like wearing a raincoat. I like it though; it makes me feel pretty. This is a song about let's see here, Polish food, beer. And parking tickets in the city of Stevens Point, Wisconsin. It's called Chicken Shit for the Soul. Oh, you know, I'm sorry. I said I was just going to say horror, and now I've said shit twice. I'm sorry. Chicken Shit for the Soul. Oh, that's 3 times. Okay. There's human in the forgive us divine. Walk to the yellow box to pay the parking fine. A slab of concrete on the sidewalk holds 2 steps. Give me my daily bread and forgive me my debts. Tomorrow morning I'll crawl back to where I was before. Cold knuckles knocking on an old door. And nothing changed except the last digit in the air. Your friends, but you can buy your friends cheap beer. And if you want to march around the square, it's okay. Kashmir Pulaski would have wanted it that way. The courthouse is made of stone, and I'm only flesh and bone. But I've entered my play, and I'll be innocent until they prove me guilty. Hey, tomorrow morning, say get back to where I was before. Cold knuckles knocking on an old door. A penny for your thoughts, a quarter if you're truthful. Advice is nice, but chicken shit for the soul. Blue collar, green dollar, and some red ink. Better keep on driving, don't stop, or you might sink. My paycheck is in the lead, but the bills are older, gaining speed. But a Saint Stanislaus is kind, There'll be pierogies waiting for me at the bank and the finish line tomorrow morning. So get back to where I was before. Cold knuckles knocking on an old door. 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 Because lust is for the young and the poor, whose house was built on river silt. Thank you, everybody. Afterwards, if you guys, Cleves is where we're going to be hanging out after the show. If you guys want to stick around town, or those of you that are from town, I don't have to tell the people from town where it is, I suppose, but it's on Elm Street, which is the main street in Cresco over here. And if you go over this way and then go that way, it's right there. See, I used to drive truck. I got instructions like that all the time. This woman one time was like, she said, now when you come into town, we're on the left side of town. All right. So, ready then? Okay. Well, you know, I should have told you guys that was the last of my solo numbers. Would you like to play a couple of songs with me? Thank you, guys. I love all of you, too. And you guys all. Did you guys do something different with your hair? Because you... Yeah, I did. That's... You wear a suit like this and you're just bound to act like a dumbass. That's all there is to it. We're going to start off, we're going to do a song I wrote called Middle Class. It's about how I'd like to have more money than I have now. Not like be rich or anything, but just like enough to get cable TV and Decorah and and stuff like that, you know. I mean, what do they take it to the? I want to take it to the next level. That's what I want to do. That's right. Not all the levels, just the next one, you know. Fix a couple things around the house, you know. I gotta switch guitars. Let me just be a second here. Oh, I'm sorry, I should have told you that. This is my special evening wear guitar over here. Oh, I need this part. See, like I'd like to have two guitar straps. You know, little things. So yeah, the song's called Hey, Let's Strike It Middle Class. Oh. Hey, I had one of those. All right, guys, I got one for each hand. I'm ready to go. 1, 2, 3, 4. Well, coming home from work today, I thought I'd stop along the way to buy a six-pack to share with you. But they were lined up out the door of the convenience store to buy a lottery ticket or two. Now it might sound funny, honey, I don't need a pile of money, but I wouldn't mind a tank of gas. Yes, I think I found my niche, 'cause I don't want to strike it rich, but I'd be happy just to strike it middle class. Yes, they'll yell and they'll holler 'cause they've won $10 million, but the part they never let you see is where the IRS gets 5 and every relative alive is lining up for 1 or 2 or 3. So they'll buy Uncle Bill a boat and Aunt Edna a fur coat, and then they'll spend away that pile of cash. Just scratching other people's itches. I don't want to strike it rich, but I'd be happy just to strike it middle class. We'd have scented sheets in the dryer, tread on our tires, premium channels on our cable TV. A cordless phone, but we're not at home, so leave a message on our digital answering machine. We'd pay the water, pay the sewer, pay the doctor, and pay the neighbor kid to cut the grass. Oh hell, I don't care who wants to be a millionaire, 'cause I'd be happy just to get to middle class. Yeah, I don't want to be wealthy. All that money ain't healthy. And they say it won't buy happiness. And if they were lying when they said it, well, I suppose I could still rent it on a temporary basis, I guess. But I'd buy a queen-size bed that would last us till we're dead, and a fireplace that runs on gas that lights up when we throw the switch. Yeah, I don't want to strike it rich, but I'd be happy just to strike it middle class. You make me feel like a king. I got almost everything. My love for you will never fade. But my wallet's getting thin and my shipping coming in, and there's 3 more days before I get paid. Yes, you're pretty and you're sweet. You make my life complete. You'll give me more than any man could ask. But I got just one small wish. Yeah, I don't want to strike it rich, but I'd be happy just to strike it middle class. We could have reclining chairs, maybe central air, baby, in a house that ain't falling down. Find steady paying work with lots of perks, and then take a vacation and actually leave town. Replace all our plastic plates with dishes, replace all our paper cups with glass. Yes, I think I found my niche, 'cause I don't want to strike it rich, but I'd be happy just to strike it middle class. Oh hell, I don't care who wants to be a millionaire, 'cause I'd be happy just to get to middle class. Don't need to be no wage earner on the level of Ted Turner, but someday I hope to get to middle class. Thank you very much. Thank you, gentlemen. Thanks a lot. Now, I got a son, and he's 4 years old. And I know that someday I'm going to have that talk with him that parents have with their kids, you know. And I got to figure out now what I'm going to say so that I don't make an ass out of myself when the time comes and stumble all over words and stuff. So I'm going to say, son, when a man in a... pee outside. Yeah, he already knows about that. We lived in a house where there was a real fine line, a real gray area between inside and outside, so... Anyway, I'm going to say, son, you know, when a man and a woman, they've been together a long time, there's a certain decision that they have to make that involves a lot of responsibility, and I'd rather that I told you about this myself than you heard about it on the playground or whatever. And if you ask me, your father, you know, I think that this is the most beautiful thing that can take place between a man and a woman. It's called divorce. And it's why Daddy lives in Iowa. So anyway, the song's about how when you get married, everybody shows up, you know, and they dress real nice, and they give you a lot of free stuff, nice like this, you know. And they give you a lot of free stuff. Well, the fringe relatives maybe will wear this, but anyway, they give you a lot of free stuff, you know, and they have a really good time, and everybody looks great and is feeling great. And then when you get divorced, nobody shows up, and you wind up just as drunk as you were when you got married, only now you look like crap, you know? So, I see several divorced people in the audience tonight. That's nice. Yes, that's right. We didn't want the car anyway, did we? No, we're having way more fun than they are. Screw them. Ready? 1, 2, 1. Well, there were flowers and there were doves. There were rings and there was love. And every everybody dressed real spiffy on your wedding day. Oh God, but now there's lawyers, and there's courts, legal documents of all sorts, and nobody wants to listen to what you have to say. Mama cried when we said I do. Mama cried when we said I don't. I keep expecting that old organ to pipe up, but I know that it won't. 'Cause not a piece of cake's gonna get eaten, and no rice or bouquet'll get thrown. Marrying the world marries with you, divorcing you divorce alone. Yes, and their presents, ladies and gentlemen, like a roaster, a toolbox, and 3 toasters. 'Cause everybody gave you something when you took her hand. But now you've got the toolbox, she's got the roaster, and you both own 1.5 toasters. And nobody gives a nothing, 'cause nobody gives a damn. You got drunk when you said I do. You got drunk when you said I don't. I keep expecting the relatives to walk through the door, but I know that they won't. 'Cause they were there when it meant free dinner and booze, but today they've all stayed home, the sons of bitches. Marrying the world marries with you, divorcing you divorce alone. Yes, you didn't put your picture in the paper this time around. Yeah, but ain't it funny? 'Cause word still spread all over town. And where the preacher once was standing, there sits a judge. And the girl won't hold your hand because she's too busy holding a grudge. You felt sick when you said I do. You felt sick when you said I don't. I keep expecting the courtroom to stand up and cheer, but I know that they won't. Because for once we stood alone together, today we stand together alone. Marrying the world marries with you. Marrying the world marries with you. Marrying the world marries with you. Divorce and you're on your own. Thank you very much. Now this is a sordid tale of sex in downtown La Crosse, Wisconsin. The song's about a guy that goes out drinking in La Crosse. That's happened once or twice. And he goes to a bar, just the bar there in La Crosse, you know. And he gets drunk and he's feeling randy or whatever, and he strikes out at the bar. So he goes down to the river and he sits down by the river because he figures he'd rather work on his pickup lines talking to the old Mississippi River than go back to the bar and make a bigger jerk out of himself. So while he's sitting down there, he engages himself in a dialogue with the river. This song is that dialogue. It's called Kiss You in the Coulee Region. Well, heavens to Betsy, look what I found. Young Mississippi coming through town. I was looking for a woman to pleasure tonight, and I can see that you're blue and your man's nowhere in sight. Now I don't want to be forward, but word gets around, and you sort of got a reputation for going down. I've done it myself a time or two, so let me explain what I'd like to do to you. I'll start at your headwaters and whoa, by golly, work my way down through your Minnesota valley, down to the part of you that I find bad men drag you over the rocks. They've rubbed on your bottom and they've opened your locks. And the chemicals they slipped you were strong, I can tell, 'cause they made you feel murky, then they damned you to hell. They'll complain you're too shallow, they'll complain you're too deep, and they'll barge right in on you while you're trying to sleep. They'll take what they want and they'll leave when they're through, but it'd be my great privilege to give something back to you. I'll start at your headwaters and whoa, by golly, work my way down through your Minnesota valley, down to the part of you that I find most pleasing, and kiss you in the Coulee Region. And if you wanna go farther, well, girl, you're the boss. I'll stick my crescent inside your lacrosse. You make me stutter and tramp low. I wanna banger your Viroqua with my Liberty pole. I'll start at your headwaters. Whoa, by golly, work my way down through your Minnesota valley, down to the part of you that I find most pleasing, and kiss you in the Coulee Region. And if you want to get kinky and dirty and gritty, I'll paddle your backwaters till I make Fountain City. I'll separate your red mound with my big Chinoa, and I'll lick you from your Holman right down to your Toma. Start at your headwaters. Whoa, by golly, work my way down through your Minnesota valley, down to the part of you that I find most pleasing, and kiss you in the Coulee Region. Thank you, everybody. Thank you so much. Thank you very much for coming. I appreciate it. Thank you, band. Thank you very much, Andy. Thank you. Thank you very much. Thank you. Thanks a lot. I'd like to thank, while you guys are still here, I'd like to thank the Opera House for being nice enough to let me do this. Even though they knew it was going to be a little smutty. That was cool. And remind you that I play at the Haymarket on Wednesdays in Florenceville, which is actually Granger, Minnesota. But if you talk to the people that live on the Iowa side of the town, they get really pissed if you call it Granger. So it's Florenceville. And I play there every Thursday night. And I play around here, and so does Andy Webb. And thank you all for coming. I really appreciate it. Have a great evening.